Hello and welcome to Sew On Your Press Stud to Your Pom Pom with the Crafty Bird. Now, if any of you know me, I make these lovely faux fur pom poms, and a lot of people often ask me for a press stud to put on them. Now, this is really handy because it means that you can wash your hat that you have your pom pom on, or whatever else you choose to put your pom pom onto, and you can also change it. So if you get bored of one colour, put another colour on. Lovely. If you buy them from me, obviously I will sew these on for you. You can pick at the checkout which option you want, but if you want to do your own, or if you buy it from me from a show where I've only got them with the string attachments like this, then you can very much sew your own on. So what do you need? You need a pom pom. You need a press stud. I like these big ones. These are 23mm because they're nice and big, and it will sort of fix it really well onto your hat. Comes in two halves like this. You obviously need a needle. Now this is really important that it's pointy, so it's got to be sharp, which means that you can actually push because you're going to be sewing through the fabric of the pom pom. It's also got to fit through these holes to make sure it does that, including the end. And a pair of scissors, nice and easy. So, what you're going to want to do is, I always sew this side of the press stud onto the pom pom. You can sew whichever one you like. However, always make sure it's the same one, because otherwise, if you are going to switch your pom poms around and the wrong one's on, it's not going to work very well. So, let's take this side. So what you're going to do, you're only going to need one of these threads for most of it. You're going to thread the string onto your needle and put it through any old hole you'd like. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're then going to go through the next hole on either side. Doesn't matter which, just pick one. And then I'm going to sort of go all the way through, and I'm going to show you like this because it's easier. And we're just going to pop in one side of the pom pom. That's Stevie the cat, you can hear, if you can hear some animals scrabbling. And then we're just going to thread the needle through to the other side like that. Doesn't really matter how far you put it in, as long as you can, it's not going to sort of massively affect the pom pom. So as you can see, what I'm doing here is I'm pulling the faux fur away. So what I don't want is any of the faux fur to be getting trapped in what we're doing here, because otherwise it will ruin the underneath the pom pom and won't look so good. So we've gone through, we've come up over here. Now from here, you want to pick either one of these two holes, this one here or this one here, because we're going to go into up through one and down through another, and otherwise you'll leave a sad hole on its own. So we're going to go up through this one, nice and easy, and then we're going to go down through this one, and we're going to do what we just did. So we're going to go down on this side of the pom pom. We're just going to thread it through, and we're just going to come up somewhere over here. Again, it's a very imprecise art. It doesn't really matter where you're sort of going in and out, as long as you sort of go from one side to the other so that it's nice and secure. So again, taking the faux fur out before we pull it tight, and then we're going to finish off over here. So we're going to come up through this hole, and we're going to come down over here. And this is the hardest bit, so we're going to just push it through, and sometimes this can be quite tricky, so you do need a bit of muscle. There we go. So up nicely again, make sure we don't catch our faux fur here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use the other string, and we're just going to tie a nice double knot like this, and then we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to do the same thing. So bring your strings round the press stud to a nice, oh, looks like Stevie the cat's come to visit. She likes to make an appearance in my videos because, well, cats do what they like, don't they? And we're just going to do that again for the third time. So bring it round sort of on the underneath of the pom pom, and we're going to tie a nice little double knot here. There we go. Yeah, she just wants to sit and look out the window. You can see the tail. Right, and now to finish off, all we're going to do is we're going to pop on this thread that we've already got a needle on. I'm just going to stick it into the pom pom here as close as we can, so there's no big loop of string anywhere. And we're just going to push it through to any old place in the pom pom. We're going to pull the needle all the way through, And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors and we're just going to push the faux fur down so we don't cut any of that because that will look messy. And we're just going to snip your thread there. Lovely. We're just going to do the same with the other one. So thread that needle. We're going to push our thread through the pom-pom. Again, this might need a little bit of muscle. And then we're going to grab our scissors, push the faux fur down and have a little snip. There we go. And now you can either sew this bit onto your hat and then you've got it ready to go. If you're not ready to do that yet, just pop it on so you don't lose it. Turn your pom-pom over, give it a little bit of a fluff because you've been playing with it. And there we go. That's one pom-pom. All done. There we go. Hope you enjoy and tune in next and I will be doing how to sew this onto your hat and what that looks like. Thank you very much.